Here's something nobody in the advertising business wants to say out loud. If your marketing setup has certain problems underneath it, and most do, spending more money on ads doesn't just fail to fix those problems. It makes them more expensive. Every dollar you add amplifies a broken outcome. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how that happens, why the people running your ads are structurally unable to see it, and what it costs you every single month you let it keep going. And real quick, if this is the kind of thinking that's useful to you, hit subscribe before we get into it. I put out this type of content regularly and you don't want to miss it. Before I get into the specific problems, I want to reframe the way most business owners think about advertising results. The default assumption when ads aren't working is we need better ads or we need to spend more. Both of those instincts make the situation worse if the real problem is underneath the advertising. Think of it this way. Your advertising is an amplifier. It takes whatever message, foundation, and strategy you have and turns up the volume. If what's underneath is broken, more volume gets you more of a broken outcome, faster, at greater expense. The agencies running your ads are not designed to tell you this, and that's not because they're dishonest. It's because how each category of agency was built and what they were trained to measure. Digital agencies were built around deliverables. Impressions, clicks, reach, and cost per click. Those are the metrics the platforms produce, so those are the metrics agencies learn to optimize for and report on. They're real numbers, they're just not revenue. Lead generation agencies were built around volume. Leads delivered, cost per lead, lead quality scores, and as long as sales looks okay, not great, just okay, nobody digs deeper because the leads are coming in. That's the job. Social media agencies came up after digital agencies, which means they inherited the same foundational metrics: views, impressions, engagement rate, follower growth. The entire industry lineage is built on activity metrics, not outcome metrics. None of these agencies are lying to you when they show you those reports. They're showing you exactly what they were trained to measure. The problem is that none of those numbers tell you whether your advertising is making your business more money, and if the foundation underneath is cracked, all of those metrics can look perfectly healthy while your revenue sits flat or quietly slides. The first crack is the one that is most common when I do audits. There's no single clear, memorable reason why a customer should choose your business over everyone else in your market. No unified message. No unique value proposition that every person in your organization can say from memory without hesitating. When this is missing, your advertising still runs, the impressions still get delivered, the clicks will still come, and every single one of those ad dollars is working hard to tell people nothing significantly memorable. Now, add more budget. You've just paid more to say nothing, louder to more people. The agency will show you the reach numbers, and the reach numbers will look fine. And you'll have to spend more to move the needle less than ever. The second crack is the media plan itself. Audiences shift. A radio station that had strong numbers 2 years ago may have lost significant listenership. A platform that worked when you started may no longer be where your customers spend their time. A sponsorship that made sense when you signed it may now be reaching the exact same people as 3 other placements you're already paying for. These things happen gradually, which is why nobody catches them. Your agency's revenue goes up when your spend goes up, which means auditing your plan and cutting what doesn't work isn't in their financial interest, even when it's absolutely in yours. Now, increase the budget. You haven't solved the problem. You've increased your monthly commitment to media that isn't working and made it harder to cut because the invoices are bigger and the relationships are deeper. The third crack is the most insidious because it's invisible by design. You can't connect your advertising spend to actual sales results. Not impressions, not clicks, not leads, actual sales. Then nobody in this equation knows whether the amplifier is working. The agency reports show delivery. The reports show activity. But the question that matters, did this move revenue, has no answer because the system to track it was never built. So when you add more budget, here's what happens. More activity, more reporting, more impressions, more clicks, more leads coming into a system with no way to verify what happened to them. And every month that passes without connection being built is another month of spend going on with no accountability to results. The fourth crack is the one agencies will almost never raise because fixing it isn't billable the way running ads is billable. Your advertising is pointing people somewhere: a website, a search result, a phone number, a follow-up process. If what it's pointing people toward isn't ready to convert them, a website that doesn't clearly explain what you do, directory listings with the wrong address or phone number, a search presence so weak that people can't find you after the ad told them to look, then your advertising is doing its job and your business is losing the customer anyway. Now spend more. You've just paid to send more people to a broken destination faster. The campaign metrics will look fine. The conversion doesn't happen. And nobody connects the two because they're in different departments, different invoices, different conversations. Here's what makes this worth sitting with for a minute. These four cracks: no unique value proposition, stale media, no measurement, broken foundation. None of them gets fixed by increasing the budget. Every one of them gets more expensive when you do. If you don't have a clear reason for customers to choose you, more reach means more people hear a forgettable message. If your media plan has dead weight, more budget means more dead weight. If you can't measure outcomes, more spend means a bigger black hole. And if your foundation has cracks, more traffic means more people falling through them. The fix for every one of these problems costs less than the spending increase most businesses reach for first, but only if someone is truly looking. Now here's where I want you to stop and be honest with yourself. Have you ever finished reviewing a stack of delivery reports and walked away more confused than when you started, wishing someone would just tell you what it all really means? Have you ever mentioned your business to a new acquaintance and then fumbled when they ask you what you actually do, what you give people, or what problem you solve? Do you have media placements that you've been renewing for years because you have a good relationship with the rep and you haven't asked them for fresh audience data to verify that those numbers still hold up? These aren't hypothetical scenarios. They're the exact moments that tell you a full analysis is overdue. Not a campaign review, not a platform report, a real look at everything. Message, media, measurement, foundation, with fresh eyes. That should happen at minimum once a year. So here's the honest question. Did you do that this year? What about last year? Or has it quietly been 2 or 3 years because everyone stayed busy and nobody felt they had time to look? The agencies running your ads are not 100% to blame. They're doing exactly what they were built to do. The gap is that nobody in a typical agency relationship is responsible for digging deeply underneath the execution or for asking whether the foundation is solid before the investment is laid out. That's not a criticism of anyone. It's just the practical reality of how the industry is structured. And closing that gap doesn't require firing anyone or adding a dollar to your budget. It means asking different types of questions. If you want help finding your marketing cracks, starting with a tactical battle plan is the best next step. The link is below. Subscribe if this is the kind of thinking your business needs. We're laser focused on your results.